Hello everyone. So this is gonna be a midweek analysis video just to follow up with the Forex signals which I have sent here last Sunday. So as usual, let's now begin with the EURUSD. So last Sunday I have sent a signal to buy the EURUSD from 1.158. As you can see, the reversal has occurred just by like 9 pips only, far from our entry. What a bummer, but at least it's going in the right direction. That's a score to Xtreme trader. So now what will gonna happen next with the EURUSD, and what is the next signal with this pair? First of all, deleting the entire signal because most likely it won't reach our entry. Now let me just show you something. Why is the EURUSD reversing exactly right here? For a simple reason, because based on the 4-hour time frame we can see clearly resistance trend line number 1, number 2, 3 and 4, and look at that. Right after the bullish breakout happened, the market indeed has respected the same level of a previous resistance trend line and became already a support trend line, and that's the reason we can see here the massive rejection happened and the EURUSD is rising. So the EURUSD most likely won't actually be able to exceed this structure right here, because the EURUSD maximum is going to be just to be ranging within this structure, then it's going to continue the rise. Well, I believe we can actually buy it sooner than that. How and why? First of all, we'll just apply the magic of trend lines and allow me to show you how. By simply draw the Fibonacci right from this lower low right here to this higher low, like that. Next, simply drag and drop the same line that you have just drawn here and just simply start placing it on the next levels of support trend lines. For example, place it right here, and you will see that the market has indeed reversed right on that area. Check this out, right here exactly. So we can see the support trend line indeed has been respected. That's really interesting. Now, let's place it right on the next level of a support trend line, which lies exactly right here. Let's do that. As we can see, fantastic. Now we actually have here a good entry. So now we can actually expect from the EURUSD to make a drop one more time and respect the same level of a previous support trend line and then continue the rise. Again, remember, we are just going to be trading within this structure right here because it's actually above the previous level of a resistance trend line which has been abandoned. Also adding to the mix, the support trend line that we have right here, number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Interesting, guys. So now actually we have here a completed harmony that the EURUSD actually has a chance to reverse upon the pressure of the current resistance right here to make a pullback one more time, reverse exactly at the support trend lines and then continue the rise. So where exactly and precisely we can consider buying this pair? Well, the answer is simple. Look at the nearest level of a support to this entry, or actually to the bullish breakout candle. Right here exactly. So as you can see, right here, my friends, we actually have the nearest level of a real support, which was also a support in the past and a resistance as well. And if I'm not mistaken, if I scroll more to the left, I can see it was a strong key level of a support indeed. Check this out. It was indeed a very strong key level of a support. Therefore, 1.161 is going to be our next level to consider buying the EURUSD. If we buy the pair from this level, I'm actually expecting from the market to continue the rise till it reach the highest level of a real resistance right at 1.173, which means we can actually aim around 112 pips profit with this signal. And in this case, since actually we are just going to be trading within this structure, our stop loss is going to be right below this structure, which means it's going to be around 41 pips only. Let me now please write the signal for you. That will be all, my friends, for the EURUSD. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Pound USD, my friends, is really very similar to what happened with the EURUSD. As you can see, the pair has reversed just by a few pips only from our entry. What a bummer. However, let's make it short. I don't want to make the video so long for no reasons. Actually, with the Pound USD, I believe we can actually consider rebuying again exactly right here at the previous level of a support at 1.321. But why? Well, first of all, it was actually a broken level of a resistance, so meaning this entire structure is still being retested. Second of all, right now here we have a new structure, and pay attention, we have here real level of a support number 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then a fake breakout happened. Therefore, if the Pound USD would gonna make a pullback, it's actually gonna reverse most likely right here on the previous level of a support. But again, we're just assuming only. There is absolutely no promises or guarantees. This is just an analysis, and we are just actually hoping from the market to respect it. Therefore, our next buy is gonna be right here exactly. Let me just do the signal right here in front of you right now. No need to pause the video, I think. Let's buy at 1.321, and the stop loss is gonna be at right at 313. Therefore, our next TP is gonna be around 139 pips against 76 pips of a stop loss. Let's now move to the AUD USD. AUD USD is actually going in the right direction. Thankfully, we actually have figured the right direction, but again, the signal hasn't been triggered at all. And as you can see, AUD USD just keeps rising. So now what will gonna happen next with this pair? First of all, now deleting the old signal, and let's now say something. AUD USD most likely remains bullish because based on the 4-hour time frame, again very similar to what happened with the two pairs, or the previous two pairs, as we can see, my friends, here we have a broken level of a resistance trend line as well. So meaning the AUD USD most likely indeed is going to continue the rise, but we are just really hoping for one more pullback where actually the broken level of a resistance trend line will become a new support trend line. But that's gonna be around 60 pips, which is gonna be a lot. But again, guys, this is what the setup is giving us. So therefore, by drawing the Fibonacci right from this high to this low right here, as you can see, draw the Fibonacci like this. Pay attention, it indeed pointing at Fibonacci 38.2. Fibonacci 38.2 is actually the continuation retracement. Therefore, we are actually really hoping from the pair to make one more drop to retest Fibonacci 38.2, which was also a previous key level of a support, and then hopefully it will be respected and then continue the rise. That being said, let's consider buying the AUD USD right exactly right here at 0.635, targeting the highest level of a real resistance right here exactly at 0.688, aiming around 150 pips in our favor. And in this case, the stop loss shouldn't actually be ranging much lower than Fibonacci 23.6 at around 51 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. Frankly speaking, my friends, I don't think this signal will ever gonna be activated because as you can see right now, actually I saw it, AUD USD indeed has already reversed right at Fibonacci 38.2. Therefore, this signal actually might not get triggered. But again, we are just really hoping. I'm expecting from the AUD USD to continue the rise instantly. But I cannot give you a signal to buy right now because I really hate buying at the resistance. However, let's now move to the USD CAD. USD CAD is a winner so far. Thankfully, it actually has reversed exactly at our sell level. Look at that, guys, really sniper entry. But again, no comments. I don't get it. Why no comments? If the signal hit the stop loss, you will see a lot of comments attacking and being aggressive. But when the signal is winning, no comments at all. I mean, not only for the USD CAD, even for the gold. The gold signal is so far running in around 300 pips, yet no comments in the video at all saying anything about that. That is something really I don't understand, and I will never understand. However, thankfully, USDCAD signal is indeed running very well. However, for those who are actually willing to re-enter another sell level, I'm actually expecting that it's going to be a good idea to sell the USDCAD right exactly from here at 1.398. But why seller? First of all, as you can see, let me just now move to the 30-minute time frame. Alright, so now based on the 30-minute time frame, so this was of course our sell area. However, right after the bearish breakout happened right here, look at that. Here actually we have a strong key level for resistance, which actually most likely is going to be respected. And therefore, USDCAD is currently facing here a support zone. So there is a chance from the pair to make one more pullback and reverse exactly at the same level of a resistance right here and then resume the fall. If that happens, we will actually end up with a head and shoulders pattern, which is really good and actually, I cannot say promising, but I would say hinting for a bearish fall. That being said, let's consider resell the USDCAD exactly at 1.398. And of course, keeping the same, 1 second guys, 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame. I would like to keep the same TP, guys. So therefore, our stop loss is going to be at 1.405 in this case, right here exactly. And the sell is going to be at 1.398. A stop loss is going to be around 70 pips against 132 pips. Let's now move to the USDJPY. USDJPY has actually almost been activated, as you can see right here. Exactly, or not? No, sorry, no, no. I thought it was from here. No, actually USDJPY was far from being activated. So right now it's actually at least going in the right direction. However, what will gonna happen next? First of all, going to daily chart. So right now daily chart still shows actually a strong bearish momentum. Why we are saying that? Because as we can see, my friends, the daily chart shows a massive rejection happening right on the resistance zone right here at the bracket of 157.2. And so far we don't see any good price action in the case of a bullish reversal. So therefore I believe USDJPY remains bearish and most likely will continue the fall at least for this week to reach the previous level of a resistance right at 154.438. Let's now move to the 1 hour time frame to find our next entry. Alright, so now based on the 1 hour time frame, look at that. We actually have here a good harmony of a resistance trend line still being respected, which means if the USDJPY will continue the fall, most likely it won't actually be able to exceed this resistance trend line. And that being said, I would actually like to give the signal. Actually, wait, before that, let's now talk about the Fibonacci. So what we need to do right now is simply draw the Fibonacci right from this high to this lower high. Let me just do that and draw the Fibonacci like this. Fantastic, exactly. That is what I wanted to show you. 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. 38.2 Fibonacci retracement is actually the continuation retracement. Now as we can see here, we have a fake breakout from this level, which is really good. It means that the USDJPY most likely is going to reverse one more time, not only respecting the previous level of a resistance trend line, but also respecting the real level of a resistance at 38.2. That being said, let's consider selling exactly right here and TP at 154. Therefore our TP is going to be around 147 pips, and in this case our stop loss shouldn't actually be ranging much higher than Fibonacci 61.8, which is going to be around 84 pips against 145 pips in our favor. Let me now please write the signal for you. And that will be all, my friends, for the USDJPY. Let's finally move right now to the Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a serious pain in the ass. Like really, look at that. I have actually sent a signal to buy from 88916. Unfortunately, the signal has failed and reversed exactly from the stop loss and then went back in our favor. What a bad place for the stop loss. I mean, I don't know what to do. However, these things can happen in the market. Now, let's put it back in our shoulder and let's now just move on. So now, what can we expect next with the Bitcoin? Well, from my point of view, if we move right now to daily chart, right now we are seeing that the Bitcoin is doing a massive correction. Now, this correction most likely won't actually be able to hold above the resistance at 97,496. Why? Because the Bitcoin is still moving in a strong bearish momentum. And since actually we are talking about a correction, then most likely the pair actually won't be able to exceed this level of a resistance right here before resume the fall. However, both scenarios suggesting a continuation in the rise. That being said, this resistance is gonna be our TP, and we will consider buying the Bitcoin at some point right here. Now let's move to the smaller time frame, such as 1 hour time frame. Now, based on the 1 hour time frame, I would like right now to use the magic of trend lines by simply connecting here the support trend line number 1, 2, and 3. Check this out. So right now, actually, my friends, this is, by the way, a typical setup when I'm actually on my day trading progress. I would actually look for this kind of setup. I will look for a real level of a support trend line facing a fake breakout like this one right here, and then wait for the pair to drop again and hopefully respecting the same level of a previous support trend line. That being said, and by looking simply at the left side, we can simply confirm that right here exactly we actually have a broken level of a resistance at 91891. Therefore, we actually can expect from the from the Bitcoin to retest the broken level of a resistance right here, hopefully also respecting the previous level of a support trend line, and then hopefully also to continue the rise toward our TP. If we do this, our stop loss has got to be just a little bit lower than the previous level of a key support right here, because the pair still has a chance to retest it before rising. So let me know, please write the signal for you. And that will be all, my friends, for the midweek analysis. I really hope it's going to be a good one, and hopefully will bring a lot of benefits to every one in Xtreme trader family. And in the end, please don't forget also to join our free channel of Telegram to receive all updates about these signals that you are receiving here on YouTube. The channel name again is Xtreme Trader Signals, and we hope to see you there. You can just simply also find the link in the description below of this video. So until then, my friends, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.